Hey everybody, welcome to SV Blown Away. Blown Away is a 1970s steel ketch that is currently sailing the islands around Greece. But the winter's coming and we've got maintenance to do. And for those of you that are new here, my name is Ian and I live, work and play on the ocean. Blown Away has been my home for over 20 years. Welcome on board. And you join us in Trezonia in the Gulf of Patras in Greece, where we are spending the winter, we, the royal we, I am spending the winter doing maintenance on the boat. Predominantly, I need to progress with the water leaks. I have several leaks coming in through the deck saloon roof and through the windows that I need to solve before rainy season. Hey, so you join me in Trezonia in Greece, and I am currently working on sealing up the windows that I didn't do last year. And a quick recap on the repairs so far. The wooden trim revealed a whole load of rust, which I've repaired. The window I have removed, and now I am looking at making repairs to the steel plate around the window frame. Because once the window was removed, it became glaringly obvious just how bad the steel plate was, and exceedingly obvious where the rain was getting inside of the window. Now, in an ideal world, I would cut this plate out and replace it. I'm not in an ideal world. I'm on a tiny Greek island and I need to do this before winter hits. If the boat was in a yard under a tent, I'd quite happily weld steel plate in here. So we're making the best of what we've got. And what we have is an angle grinder, loads of tins of paint, some more sealant, and my remaining willpower to stop the leak.
Keep on telling lies. That is how we stay alive. So you know that I don't mind about what is wrong and what is right. We keep moving in different rhythms. Still I know what you feel. We keep moving in different rhythms.
A few more licks of paint onto this before it starts to rain, and that is as good as it's going to get for now. And I'll start some fairing and fair the material like I've done with everything else. So here is the problem. On the outside it's steel plate, on the inside it's a wooden veneer. So if I made any attempt to weld this, it is a massive fire risk for a very small repair. And having owned numerous cars for the 1970s and 80s, I'm quite adverse at covering up patches like this with fiberglass resin and pudding. Sorry Jasmine, but this is getting a bodge repair. If I live long enough into the future that this is a problem, I'll do it again properly. Okay, quietly confident that is good. So, gloves on. I've wetted out the area with resin and added a small piece of fiberglass matting into the missing piece of steel. I know, I hate it as well, but it stays. Now I'm going to build up the area with epoxy so that it is a fair and smooth surface. enabling me to refit the window and know that it will remain sealed for now. And just like working on those old car bodies from many years ago, build up a layer of filler, sand it down, look for problems, put another layer of filler on, and do the same again. Eat, sleep and repeat for the next 3 or 4 days.
Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Everyone always keep falling in love again. The fuck's wrong with them? I don't understand. Maybe it will pass by. Someone save me for I pass out. I'm too lonely to be done. I'm a drink at this place. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, don't it? Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? If I had an option to be someone else, I would, and let go of you. I know that I'm obvious, fuck it, I'm made this way. But why didn't I stay when I had the chance? Maybe it will pass by, someone save me for I pass out. I'm too lonely to be done and I'll drink at this page. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, don't it? Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? The only one that's left in the rain. The only one that's left in the rain. Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth.
And with the final coat of epoxy applied to the side of the boat, it's now time to have a big clean up. I need to remove as much of the dust as is possible. I also need to remove any greasy marks left behind by my hands, because the paint that I'm using will fish eye very quickly if I don't remove any grease left behind after this process. And while everyone else is enjoying their holiday, I'm doing maintenance on the boat.
Αυτό βασικά που έχει στο μυαλό του θα είχε νόημα εάν είχε φόβο.
And this is an epoxy based paint that I'm using, and I will likely apply 4 separate coats, sand in between each to remove the brush marks. and with some decent weather I'm able to get 2 coats of paint on each day. My next job is cleaning up the window frame. All of the old Sikaflex and the rust that is still attached to it needs to be removed so that I get a clean seal between the aluminium frame and the steel of the cabin.
Your shadow stretching on the floor while the sun gets low. I got a feeling that the glow deep inside my core needs to breathe to flow. We push it right on through. I know you need it too, because we have been working hard right from the very start. And we get this far, but now it's time for us to stay out until it's late. We've come a long, long way, so we deserve it, mate. Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate. Call it a day. Let's celebrate. Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate.
So with the exterior components cleaned and ready to refit, it's time to turn my attentions to the inside. With the judicious use of tape, plastic and a hoover, we've managed to prevent the majority of the rust coming inside of the boat. But before I can screw the window back into position, I need to clean up the woodwork around the frame. There is another piece of teak that is almost half an inch thick that sits on top of this plywood, and the screws from the outside screw into that teak to form a sandwich. And that's not going to sit properly unless I clean this up.
He asked what could he do for me. I told him that my love is free. Can you match me? I can do it all for myself. Want you to really don't need help. So can you match me? I like luxury. I like fancy things. Shine on poverty. Live like royalty. Treat you like a king. If I trust, but you must be worthy of the crown. I'm not just anybody, born to live in luxury. Serving rich Auntie Chloe. I know my job is a blessing, but if you hate me, rocks on my wrist, fur on my feet, setting the table in all the chic, baby, come eat. I like luxury, I like fancy things, shine on my body, live like royalty.
And with the inside cleaned up, I can go back outside, dry fit the window, draw around the window so that I know where to mask it off to prevent the Sikaflex from spreading everywhere. I'll also mark out the holes so that I can re-drill them.
We come so far.
Yeah.
Michel, Epidemic, a part that's called poire d'amorçage. It's to start the diesel circuit, to pump with hands. It's like a pier. The fruit beer.
Yeah.
If you have one spare, you can sell it to him because he needs one.
Who needs it?
Michel.
Oh, the
Yes.
Karen.
Yes, because he has a leak.
For him?
Not him.
Okay.
Jean-Louis. Michel is the one who has a small boat.
Too many French.
Yeah, it's confusing. You cannot go. Why you don't all have John? Call John, it's more easy.
I don't know if I have a spare one.
Otherwise, he will wait until someone goes to Patras to buy one.
Maybe I have one, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look.
You know you have a buyer.
I like that.
green, the ocean is gray. Skies are vague blue, come away. My room is a mess, it could use a hand. My favorite TV shows to capture me. I know must get it right, must get back in the fight. This can't be a surprise. I think I let it slide. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems. I can't
And the next thing for me to think about is protecting this aluminium frame from the Sikaflex sealant that I'm going to use to reattach it to the deck saloon.
Where did it go? The feeling of thirst, desire to be.
And because the boat was built in the 70s, they used a flathead screw. It's my intention to change those flathead screws for crossheads because they are far easier to remove when they're stuck. So Smiley, you're on camera.
Yeah. Don't forget to pay the star.
Yeah.
It's open?
Yeah, it's open. I just need to
Oh,
twist it.
it's all glued inside, yeah?
Yeah, it's open. And with a little help
Yep.
from a massively experienced sailor, just look at that resume. This job goes very quickly. Thank you, Nicholas.
What's your exhaust alarm?
It's in the exhaust hose.
Yeah?
Yeah, so it goes off really early.
When the heat is on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when it gets too hot in the exhaust, so the rubber hose doesn't catch fire.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
First time I see this.
I put it in when I did the engine. So when I fit the engine, I don't know, like
Yeah, well, why not?
7-8
yeah.
years ago, it screws into the exhaust hose and then, yeah.
So it's separate from the engine.
Yeah, completely
Just,
separate.
yeah.
So, because the engine alarm is taken from the thermostat on the engine block,
Yeah,
but by the time that alarm goes off, the exhaust is already too hot. It's
it's a rubber one?
yeah,
Yeah, well, they can take heat, huh?
yeah, exactly. So it's better
Yeah, fill up the holes.
get some down in there. I don't want it on the wood because the wood has
You want
to
me
be
to remove the wood?
varnished. No, it's okay.
I can.
Yeah, it has to stay there, but
Yeah, but I can remove it at the time you put the Sikaflex.
no, it's
To
okay.
be sure not to make
I want Sikaflex on the flange. I don't want it on the inside, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, but this hole was a big
because,
one, so
yeah, exactly. I put some in there just to cover it.
on the other side you have more in front. More holes.
Okay.
You even have the handle.
Oh, it makes it so much easier. That's the thing, you know, I always tell people if you're going to do the job, get the tools. Because if you get the tools, it makes it easy. Okay, I'll do the 4 corners.
Yeah, go for it. You don't have electric screwdriver.
No, I don't use them. Strips of screws. This way I feel what's happening. Okay, I think that's... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do all 4 corners, and then because the wood is only a piece of trim, but it all screws together the same.
Normally.
Yeah.
Sorry, but you have some Sikaflex inside, eh?
Yeah, I thought that might happen. It's okay, I get some thinners and clean it.
Not on the wood.
Okay, this one is coming towards the wood now. Okay. And what I do is I put them in, but I don't do them tight, because I want the Sikaflex to stay there. So I wait for the Sikaflex to go hard, and then once the Sikaflex is gone, I'll finish tightening them up tomorrow, you know. I can use my drill, but I don't want to use it because it strips the head of the screws.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know how tight it goes, and I don't want to wind it down so that all the Sikaflex comes out. The Sikaflex needs to stay in the joint. Most people tighten it down and then squeeze out all the sealant, which is crazy. And with a €25 tube of Sikaflex going to waste, I decide to get the wooden trim panel bonded back onto the roof before the sun goes down. And using a roll of Gorilla Tape, I position this plank correctly so that I can flip it up out of the way, put Sikaflex onto the roof panel, and then flip the plank back down into situ before pressing it into the correct location. The Gorilla Tape will hold it overnight, as there are going to be no screws into that damn roof ever again.
I can see it all clear from above. Looking back on it all, maybe I can see what was broken. Ooh, but it's a lonely calling. Yeah, it's a lonely calling. I'm done trying to fix what is broken. 'Cause my time is running out in the set. Ooh, I'm just a human in motion. Yeah, I'm looking ahead, looking out for someone like you. Maybe someday when I've grown older, I can see it all clear from above. Looking back on it all, maybe I can see what was broken.
And once I have a heavy bed of Sikaflex in place, I can now flip the plank back over using the Gorilla Tape hinges, knowing that it's going to stay in situ. And then it's time for the messy cleanup. And just like that, another repair done and another video made. And it's time to say thank you to the people that have helped me and supported me in the making of these videos. And if you'd like to become a supporter either on Patreon or Ko-fi, the links are in the comment section down below. The McKenna family, the original owners of this boat, David, Andy, Graham, thank you so much for your monthly support. It really is appreciated. And a massive shout out to the people that have been generous enough to send me a coffee donation via Ko-fi. Thank you. And last but not least, the Patreon supporters Matt, Michael, Ian, Miles, Tim Yoffe, JG, Jim Bracken, Johannes and Thomas. Thank you very much for your monthly donations. It goes a long way in the making of these videos. I still have a selection of these high quality polo shirts for the Blown Away supporters group. If you want one, let me know. And if you are a die-hard and have watched this far, thank you so very, very much. If you'd like to watch more of these videos, click on the left. If you'd like to subscribe, click on the right. And I really look forward to seeing you again next week.